Habit B, be in one place. Just go with it. Basically, we're talking about how to prioritize and focus on one thing at a time so we can do really good work. Now, at this point, you might say, but I've got competing priorities and they're all important. I hear you. We had a lot of competing priorities in the aircraft as well, but I can promise you, no matter how complex or fast-paced your environment is, it is still possible to unitask. You just need to do it intentionally. So let's dive into the system that I've created that will help you to prioritize with confidence. First of all, let's look at the good old urgent, important matrix. So have a go at writing down what your weekly tasks are and then decide which ones are urgent and important, which ones are important but less urgent, which ones are less important and which ones are less urgent, less important. Now we're just going to focus on the important ones here. The reason being the ones that are less important tend to be tasks we don't have to do ourselves because we can either delegate them or we can get rid of them. So we're just going to focus on the important tasks here. Top tip, if you've got lots, get into the habit of weighting them in priority order because this will help you to kind of get rid of this idea that every task is equally important. You have to just make a decision and you're probably more right than you are wrong. So just get into the habit of doing this. Now, which tasks are we going to unitask? It may surprise you to know I'm not advocating that you unitask all day, every day. It's not realistic and it's not necessary. So which ones do we unitask? Well, we're going to look at impact versus energy. So a high impact task is one that drives you towards your business goals and your priorities, right? So that's a high impact task. A high energy task is one that requires more energy from you. So it's a task that requires deep concentration. You need to be on your A game. Those are the tasks that we're going to unitask because they're high impact, so we want to do a good job, but also they benefit more from you being able to give your full attention. And the way to do this is to do them during your high energy time of day. So maybe you leap out of bed in the morning full of energy, maybe you need coffee and to clear the inbox, maybe you're a night owl, you will know. But these are the best times of day for you to do your unitask, your high energy, high impact task because you've got the most energy to play with. And what I do is I schedule an hour and I aim for 20 minutes for a good reason. Essentially, it takes us time to sort of get into the groove, right? And we have to push through this procrastination barrier. So if you just aim for 10 minutes, you might still be a bit distracted. You're not getting any sort of decent quality work done. So aim for 20 minutes. By that point, you're probably in flow. And you might find that you very happily can do 40 minutes or so. But after 20 minutes, if my brain starts to get distracted, 20 minutes is still a good chunk of quality work. And if my brain's getting distracted at that point, that's when I'll honour it and go, okay, maybe I'll switch across to a do it task. So that's a high impact task, but it's less energy. It's a quick win. Maybe it's checking your emails to see what's come in that's urgent. That means you're giving your brain a rest and you're not letting anything build up in that hour that you've done deep work. So hopefully your business isn't going to fall apart during that time that you've done that deep work. I've also talked about chunking during lower energy time of day. So there are some tasks that require less energy from you. You can chunk those together at a lower energy time of day and then, tick them all off your list and feel very proud of yourself for doing that. The final category is high energy, low impact. These are draining your energy and possibly your will to live. Do you need to do them? I suggest you might want to discard them. So that is how you can prioritize with confidence so that you can select which tasks you unitask so that you can get the very best out of you and the task itself. All right. Next one, we're going to be looking at I, which is for interferences. Take care. Bye.